We are live. Let's see. We have to wait for
A question?
yeah, we have to wait for a few of the people to pop up because it has to warm up and they have to get the notifications. So anybody that's looking, welcome to the Ask Nathaniel Experience. This is Sunday, February 18th, 2018. And I don't know why, but I'm trying to find out if this title is changed. We have some let me see if I could see what's going on here. Um we're gonna be bringing in our guest soon, but I have to see if you guys have this live going on because the live is official. So let's see if it's live. Hold on. Mm, okay, so we gotta wait. All right,
Uh-oh.
let me see. Let
I
me see
don't
if
think
it's
this is good because the baby's in the background.
that's all right. The baby's good. You know what I'm saying? The baby. I don't know why I can't see this live on here. Hold on, let me see something. Um, you still can't see me?
Mm-mm.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, well, let's just keep this. Try to do what we can, because if little man sees that you are sitting there, he's gonna be wondering, like, let me get her attention as well. So that will happen. Um, so now basically we are here today with uh I forgot her name. What's your name again, darling?
Me?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't gonna do names.
Exactly. Give me a name. Her name is Trisha, not Trisha, and she is a Puerto Rican and Dominican, or Dominican and Puerto Rican, whatever one comes first. Which one comes first for you, darling?
I'm Puerto Rican because I was raised by my mother and she's Puerto Rican.
Okay. So you consider yourself Puerto Rican, which I've never known, but that's okay. So your dad is Dominican,
Dominican. Mm-hmm.
100%, and
Mm-hmm.
you have as far as you visited Dominican Republic, you visited, of course, Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Correct.
your Spanish. I'm hearing that there's a thing between Dominican and Puerto Rican Spanish. Can you tell me basically what the difference is? Because we don't know any different. We don't know any different from the
I guess
American
in
perspective.
every nationality or every culture there's different um class, and some Dominican that are in the capital or raised in the capital speak a little bit more professionally. And I guess Dominicans that are in the country speak a little bit less professionally, or they have a different dialect.
Wow.
And Puerto Ricans, they speak Puerto Rican, they speak Spanish as well, but they pronounce words differently.
Right.
They roll their R's more, I guess. And a lot of different cultures make fun of that, or different nationalities make fun of that.
Well, give an example when you talk Spanish. I mean, being that you're both, do you kind of get that combined, like, or do you just talk Puerto Rican type of Spanish?
I talk, I guess, because my mother is the one that raised me and my dad is educated. I speak Spanish correctly, so I don't get that. I mean, it's different when you're born in the United States as opposed to being born in Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, because although Spanish is your first language, you learn English as a kid. So you start to pick up the accents from the boroughs you live in or the cities you live in, as opposed to having a Latin accent.
Right. So you have, so you said you speak Spanish correctly. So what does that mean? Does that mean Dominicans don't speak? Is it called broken Spanish, or just Spanglish, or is it
Um,
just not proper Spanish?
like I said, it's different because it comes from wherever country or city they live. And I find that the Dominicans that come from the capital have a little bit more of an educated Spanish as opposed to the ones that live in the countries. That's just my opinion. Someone could, say that it's not fact.
Right.
But that's my opinion and my experience that I've dealt with Dominicans that come from the capital that are more educated than Dominicans that are in a different part of the Dominican Republic.
You being Puerto Rican and Dominican, I used to offend people sometimes if they were Puerto Rican and get mad at me, like, oh, don't call me Dominican, and vice versa. Why is that? That's confusing to me. Like, why is it
It's
that
like
they're
calling
offended?
a Chinese person a Korean. People get offended because they are connected by where they're from.
Right. Now, is he speaking
So it is
Spanish,
like
or what is he speaking? What is the baby speaking?
baby.
Speaking baby.
He's speaking baby. He's just trying to get my attention.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so basically, if you look Dominican, what happens when people mistaken you for being Puerto Rican? I mean, you can't get
I
offended by
can't
that.
get offended by that because I'm Puerto Rican and I'm Dominican. I get mistaken by every culture there is. I've been called if I'm Cape Verdean, if I'm African American, if I'm Creole. I've been called everything pretty much because I have a very exotic, different look. I don't look like a normal Puerto Rican or a normal Dominican. I just look different. Yeah, a lot of people say I look like a Dominican because, I have pigmentation in my skin. I have dark hair. My hair is not straight or blonde or blue eyes. So I can relate. They relate more to that than as opposed to saying, "Oh, she's Puerto Rican." But in Latin cultures or Latinas in general, we come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. We're all different. It's about embracing your beauty and your culture.
Right. But you do love both cultures.
I do. I mean, there's good and bad in every culture, and every culture has its stereotypes. They say Puerto Ricans are thieves and they're lazy and they're steal and they'll rob your eyes blind, and Dominicans that the women are very fast and they'll steal your husband, and you know the men, they live off of women. Every culture has their stereotypes. It's about getting over them and overcoming.
Are you a proud half Dominican? Or you are proud,
I am proud to be Latina. I'm proud that my parents came here young. They educated me and my sister, and we're living American dreams. Can I relate to one culture more than the other? Yeah, I can relate more to the Puerto Rican culture because that's the way I was raised. I was raised around my mom's family. I wasn't raised around my dad's family because my dad's family didn't live in the States. They lived back home.
Now he's talking. Now tell us about baby talk. Like, is this is he trying to say is he trying to be a man and show a woman's to get a woman's attention, or
Probably.
what is he trying to do
Because
exactly?
right now I'm trying to do your interview, and I guess he feels I'm neglecting him.
Just like any man.
Yep, pretty much. They start young.
Is this the fact? I mean, the fact that you're Dominican and Puerto Rican. How do you feel about dating black men?
Well, that's all I've dated pretty much my entire life. I think I probably had one Hispanic relationship or a Spanish relationship, and I've just, I don't know, I just didn't relate to them. I don't know if it's because where I was raised, born and raised, I related more to African Americans than I did Hispanic, Latino. But in every it doesn't matter. Man is a man. They're cut from the same cloth.
That's a fact.
So is it different? I think it's the same. I think Latinos are more affectionate. They're more attentive to their women. I don't think, from my experience, again, speaking my opinion, my experience, and the relationships I've had with African American, especially the relationship I'm in currently, not affectionate, no love, no hugging, no kissing, very cold.
Oh my God. So do you feel that maybe the fact that you've never really dated, I've never known you to date a Latin man in my life, but the fact that you don't, is that an issue? Like, do you find that being like more not punishment? What do you think?
I think that I'm a very affectionate person, and it does affect me when I'm in a relationship with someone that's not affectionate. I just don't feel that we're compatible, and
Right.
that I should continue going forward because people don't change. This is who they are, and they're not going to change. And it, um, affection is taught at a very young age, and as an adult, if you're not that way, you're never going to be that way.
Well, I was talking to one of my Dominican friends, and she said that she loved her black man too. She's married to a white man now. Um, you you can relate to the average black woman. You are Afro Latina, so can
Mhm.
you relate to an average black woman that's dating black men? And what would you say would be something that you learned about black men characteristics? And be honest, like say what you say. I want you to say what you really feel.
I feel they're very angry, and they compete a lot within their relationships. They're very competitive. Like, they feel threatened by women that are successful and women that are strong.
Wow. Do you feel that you have been? Do you feel that this is probably kind of a so-called punishment because you haven't been? Um, how can I
No, I
say
don't feel like
with the
I'm being
Latin men?
punished because I haven't been with Latin men. I don't think that's my choice. I'm sure that if I wanted to date a Latin man or a Latin man wanted to date me, there would be, it would happen. I just haven't found a Latin guy that's attracted to me.
That you're attracted to?
No, I've seen some Latin guys I'm attracted to. I guess I'm not their cup of tea.
Were you too black? Or you probably they probably think you got too much of a
Right,
black flag? Yeah.
right. Probably. I'm not light enough for them, or I'm
Light
just
enough for them? So why is that such an issue? And as light as you are, you're not light enough for them?
I guess I'm not light enough for them.
What?
I just don't know. I've never I don't I think now as an adult, have I tried to date? Yeah, maybe one guy I tried to date that was Latin, and I don't know. I just didn't see it going anywhere.
Wow, that's scary. Well, I mean, you do realize that you are a beautiful woman. You are aware of that, right?
Yeah, I guess. Thank you.
What you mean you guess? Shit, if I tell you that, it's real.
Thank you.
I don't say it if I don't mean it. Well, the good thing is when we deal with this streaming, somehow, some way, my subscribers are going to be very disappointed because it's not registering as it's
Live.
only registering as a taped video. So,
Oh.
which is it's good, but then I had to catch you when I can because catching you is like it took me
Yeah.
like 4 years
And
to get.
vice versa. We're busy people.
We are definitely busy, so I can relate, and I have to admit. So now, what is another questions they would want to know? Do you feel that? Do you feel that a lot of Dominicans seem to come here to America, and they usually end up with their own or a white man, but when they're back at home, they're willing to date a black man, whoever man, it doesn't matter. What do you feel about that?
I see. I'm not hung up on color or people, cultures, or I believe in love, connections, and people connect with one another, treating each other with respect. That's my belief. If it's a white person, if it's a Latino, if it's a African American, so be it. As long as they respect one another and treat each other with humbleness and love, who cares what they are? I don't get caught up in that color and racial barriers. Like, everybody is everybody. And being Latina and having children and having daughters, I just feel like whoever you love, as long as they respect you and treat you like a woman, so be it. They could be, purple, as long as they love and care for you. That's all that matters. And I think that that's what's wrong with the world today, that we're so caught up in all this color. And, it's when you bleed, I bleed, and we both bleed the same color. So what does it matter what's on the outside? It's what's inside.
Can you say that again? Because a lot of people don't realize it's not what's on the outside. It's not what's on the. It's not what's on the outside. It's on the what? Yes.
What's in the inside. It's what's inside somebody. It's not what's outside. Color is color. But when you cut somebody and I cut you, you cut me, we both bleed red. So it's the same color. So why people get caught up on what's outside when it's what's inside?
Well, a lot of it is because a lot of my videos have to do with they've been questioning, like, oh, you do a lot of you shoot a lot of Latinas and Dominicans, and they're racist of us, and
The
then one of
last
my
person
friends
that's
are.
racist, because
Now
my
you
kids
say it again because your kids are. What tell them?
my kids are mixed. My kids are African American and they're Hispanic Latino. So there's no way in hell there's anything racist about me. I shouldn't be racist. I date black men and I'm a Latina. So I don't get caught up in that. And you shouldn't get caught up in that.
You was never like that, so
I wasn't?
you was never a racist person. You may not
Oh,
like a person, but you wasn't racist of like
no, exactly. I don't like people's characteristics, but color barriers, I'm not into that. Some people they do like their actions. Probably I don't like their actions. But as a color, like because I didn't like them because they were Dominican, I don't like them because they were black. I don't do that. That's dumb. It's ignorant to me.
Is that because you was raised here?
I I don't know. I guess because I was raised with people that were open minded. I think a lot of the racial barriers, a lot of racial is because people are very ignorant, closed minded, and they're afraid. I think being afraid plays a big part of why there's so many racism.
Yeah, I believe that. Are you aware of one of my Dominican friends is talking about there was a situation back in DR many years ago that Haitians and treated them like slaves, and that's why there's so much resentment back home
Haitian
where
treated who?
Dominicans.
Dominicans like slaves?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Or Dominicans treated Haitians like slaves?
No, she actually said Haitians treated Dominicans like slaves. Like this goes like many years ago, and that's why the resentment towards Haitians is the way that they are racist towards them because of the hatred from over 100 years ago, something like that.
I'm not aware of that, so I can't speak about that.
Wow. So you don't even get none of that. So Haiti being close to
The
um
Dominican Republic.
right.
Yeah.
Haven't you always embraced that?
I embrace people. I'm not, like I said, I don't get caught up on that. I just like you because you're Haitian or because you're Guatemalan. It doesn't matter. Mexican, to me, they're people. They're human.
Tell us
They're
what you
trying. They're trying to get everything you're trying to get. They're trying to hustle out here, make money for their families back home. They're trying to get ahead in life, just like everyone has a dream. Everyone wants to save money. Everyone wants a house. Everyone wants nice things. They're trying to do it. So
what
why people don't dislike them? I don't know.
do you feel that um of course a lot of black men that travel out to Dominican Republic and um a lot of men of all different colors, but they like to go out to Dominican Republic and get a wife to bring her back here. As opposed to, I don't know why they do that when there's so many Dominicans here in the States. What do you
Well, I
feel
could
about
tell you
that?
offline. I could tell you a story about somebody that's really close to me that went to the Dominican Republic and came back with a wife, and she was something when she was in the Dominican Republic, and the minute that she got here to the States, she showed him a whole nother person, and it was ugly.
Really, give us a little layout of that because I've been hearing that a lot. So you
Yeah.
know somebody personally. So what happened?
So he met somebody out there. She was a call girl, whatever, and he met her out there. Of course, she gave him the time of his life, and she allegedly got pregnant, and it was his child. And then he brought her here. She got a visa, and she came out here because, of course, she married a United States citizen. And when she came home, she got here. She showed him a whole nother person because all she wanted to do was get here. And when she got here, she shitted on him. Excuse my French, but the
Like in
truth.
every way, just her attitude just changed.
Her attitude changed. She was just all about getting his paper and doing for her. And come to find out, she was cheating on the husband while he was here with his best friend.
Oh,
Um, the baby that she claimed was my friend's was not his baby. It was somebody else's baby. And the marriage got annulled. Was she deported back to this Dominican Republic because that's what should have been done to her? Because what she did was she lied, she was deceitful. No, I don't know because I kind of lost track with my friend and what happened with that situation.
that can happen where they could get deported like that.
Yeah, they should be. They was all just lied. She lied to him. She lied to him. She said that that was his. She was having his baby. That wasn't his baby.
Damn, that is
That's the reason why he married her because allegedly she was pregnant. He was trying to make a honest woman out of her.
wow. There's a lot of that happening.
hmm There's a lot of that happening. But the problem with men. They want to go out there and find some easy ass when they could find it here for
That's
free.
true. That's true. That's
Because
true.
that's what he wanted. Because the chick was trash, like trash. She wasn't cute. She looked like off dirty HOE.
And you said that. Now explain that because a lot of these men don't realize that there are women all over the tri-state area, especially of Dominican descent.
Yeah, you what? Why would you have to go all the way out there to find a woman when you have women here that are willing and able?
Mm, mm, mm.
That's just dumb. But they get caught up with that stuff.
Why do you think they do that? Because they
I don't
like
know because it's hot out there. I don't know. You a man, you should know what is it that attracts you to it. Is it because they're easy? Because they're cheap? Is it because women here expect more and those women only see dollar signs? I don't know.
I think it's all of the above. I think the fact that um financially doesn't make sense because you're gonna spend the money to get there and the time. Yes, when you're out there, I mean, there's not too many places you could just walk down the Dominican in the Bronx or Dominican, Washington Heights, and just pick a woman off the street.
Right, because there's laws here against that.
A lot of laws against that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I believe that if you are out there and you put yourself out there, you can walk through Washington Heights or the Bronx and legitimately meet a woman right here. There's going to be a little more effort than obviously there's a lot of effort, but you're going to be spending more money and time to be effortless. Rather than here, you're gonna have to put a little more effort and you spend less. Like you could drive to the Bronx
Right.
for like $20 with round trip on your between gas and toll, $25 depending on what you're driving, and you could just go walk through the mall. What's that mall down there by the Yankee Stadium?
Oh, I
The
don't know.
Target Mall, whatever.
Yeah.
Just walking in, just chill out. Like you'll just keep it simple. Hey, how you doing? Meet somebody.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of it also has to do with black men, especially. They have to really search a Dominican woman that's going to be into them, rather than over there they're into everybody. And I
I
think a
guess
lot
that.
of men
I
get
think
caught up in that.
you hit it right on the nose.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes they're out here and they're like, oh yeah, this chick is definitely in love with me. She likes me for who I am. I mean, that was this thing I was talking about Brazil where this dude was like 700 pounds on the beach, and he's like, yeah, these women love us for being us. We don't deal with black women no more. And I'm like, my man, do you really, really believe that this girl is just into you just because you happen to be a heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? Like it's granted, people, there's someone for everybody. So if you had to go to Brazil and travel 15, 14 hours on a flight, spend thousands of dollars and
For
know that you
five
could
minutes
walk
of
the
fun.
beat. Right. For 5 minutes of fun. Like for all that, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost you more money here. But you know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks, yes. But I just don't believe that people have to just think they're going to put down the tri-state area or America for that reason. When women out here are clearly either in a happy relationship and not in a relationship and not happy, or just not in a relationship and miserable. So it's one of the three. So
Mhm.
I just rather
That.
take the chance here. I mean, if that's the
Yeah.
case.
It might be easier here. Mhm.
Might be
I
easier, right?
agree. Oops. I
Well,
agree.
we know that you're doing the mommy thing right now. You know what I'm saying? And we are going to come back and interview you another time because apparently I'm just so happy that I caught you today because being that I've known you for all your life,
Pretty much
pretty
all my
much, and,
adult life.
right, all your adult life. So without a doubt, um, can you give some of these black men uh, some words of encouragement of realizing that if they're into a Latina woman, do they have to travel to Puerto Rico or DR? What should they do? Just for you being a Latin woman that dates black men, married to a black man in the past, what would you have to tell them?
To just be themselves and try to just find somebody home. It's cheaper.
She says it's cheaper and a lot less work.
Yep. A lot less work.
Well, what happens now? Oh, I meant to tell you. This is another thing too. When I was in DR, I remember one of my homegirls, her uncle said, "If you ever meet a woman here, always tell her I am a poor man." He said, "If she deals with you after that, she's a real one." What do you think about that?
That's true because I met the person I'm currently with nothing, and now he has some. He came into money, and he's an asshole now because he has money. Money changed him. But when I fell in love with him with nothing, he was humble, and that's what I fell in love with. That he was humble and he didn't have anything. Now he has everything, and he's an asshole, and he's not humble anymore. So, and I would rather us go back to not having than having everything we have.
So he's changed to the point with cockiness and all that shit like that.
Arrogant, cocky, disrespectful, very always throwing in people's face.
Literally, that comes out of his mouth. He says like, "Yo, I got this and got that."
Oh yeah.
Half-ass job.
Who?
Oh my God, this is disturbing. So obviously, it's definitely you see the major drastic change. Meanwhile, you've been there, done that, had this, had that, and I've always been the same.
Yeah.
We're gonna call you Jenny from the Bronx for now. That's what you are, right? So, so we appreciate you. Those that are watching, we obviously this is supposed to be a live. We're taping it live, but it's pre-taped, and we don't know what happened. But
Julia,
we'll bring her back here.
He left. Okay. Hallelujah.
Damn, so she's ready to go. She already said that he leaves, so she don't even want to be bothered. You hear this shit? Now she said, did he leave? But this is what it is right now, man. This is the world that we're living in, and things have changed, and
No, I mean, he says like stuff like terrible stuff. Like I don't get up every day to go to work. Type of shit. Like I'm living here eating bonbons. Like I don't go to work. Like I'm living off of him.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Would it make a difference if you wasn't doing anything, but yet you had $1 million sitting in a bank account, and he's going out and he's working for $100,000 a year? Like who's better than you? I mean, I don't understand.
That's my point, Corey. Like you don't knock people. You don't knock people for like you have everything because of me. We did this together. But he's just terrible. He's like, I don't know. He has issues, and I've come to think that it's that he's just jealous.
Jealous and unhappy.
Huh?
Jealous but deeply unhappy on the low.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to continue to talk to her after this, but we're going to come back and got some more planned for you. Peace.